Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Force here with some more Friday Night Magic, except it's actually Saturday. But don't tell anybody. Don't tell them. It's our secret. Me and you. Oh my god, I like this hand, but I don't at the same time because we don't even have the untapped lands to play the thing that we want to play. Okay, we're gonna keep this hand though. I'll tell you why. So we don't have the untapped land to be able to play our turn one play, but we can go Evolving Wilds, dig for a Plains, and this would allow us to play both our Elite Vanguard and our Hero next turn. It would allow us to do that. The question is, do we want to play the Hero? It's kind of vulnerable. At the end of combat, if this and two other creatures attacked, we get to exile it and flip it. Now, that's not going to happen anytime soon, but if I play him early, that also gives us the early aggression. Plus, we can pump his current form up with Nimbus Wings, which I don't think is bad. So let's actually try. Let's just do this. Let's play both of these. We're going to play our Elite Vanguard. Now, a lot of times you won't play one of these Planeswalker flip cards prior to you knowing you'll be able to flip it. But the truth is, this is a lot of early aggression, and I could give him the extra health that would make a very big difference here in the Nimbus Wings. Now, it makes a big difference in protecting him from, like, burn, but maybe I don't even need to do that, actually. Because the other thing to keep in mind is this thing is going to eventually flip. When it flips, we would lose the Nimbus Wings anyways. So the question is, do I save the mana to make him indestructible? What I could do is I could play a third land, save the mana to make him indestructible, or I could just play the Nimbus Wings on this. I think I'm actually just, I don't want to save the mana right now. I'm actually not going to save the mana. I think we're just going to take the aggressive line. What this also lets us do is either play the Guild Gate or the Evolving Wilds right now. I guess we'll just go with the Guild Gate right now. This gives us additional mana options for next turn, where the Evolving Wilds is only going to let us pull for one source. That lets us have the two sources. So we're going to swing it to 3-3 in the air, the 2-1. He lets it all go through. So he takes the 5. That tells me he probably has an answer for this creature. And we really need to draw another creature before we're going to be able to flip this. And it needs to come into play, go a turn, so it loses summoning, take this attack. So I actually don't expect this to work out. I don't expect him to get flipped. It seems unlikely to me, but who knows? Crazier things have happened, I suppose. Crazier things have happened. See, we will be able to have him be indestructible, but we won't be able to stop him from being bounced. So this guy plays Telling Time, looks at top 3 cards, put one of them on top, one on the bottom, and one in his hand there. So that's what he does. He's probably going to be digging for, given that it's blue-green, bounce is a thing that he has the possibility to have. It's something that we have to be concerned about. So the question for me now is, do I put the Nimbus Wings on him, even though he's going to get flipped and it'll drop off, or do I overcommit to one creature? It's almost just as bad to overcommit to one creature, because if he bounces it, then we lose everything anyways. So for that reason, I think we're going to put the Nimbus Wings on him to guarantee we're pushing through this damage, and we could just potentially even win with this stuff. So let's go ahead and go to combat phase. Swing for the 6 in the air, which unless he's got fog, I'm guessing, there it is. I'm like, unless he's got fog, I'm guessing this is gonna go through. So does this mean, I think this means we're playing a turbo fog deck. I think that's actually what we could assume based on what we see here. Let's go ahead and do the Evolving Wilds. Let's just dig for another Plains, because we got plenty of forest sitting in our hand, so we won't be shy for green sources. So this is turbo fog. If I were to venture a guess, it's gonna be a bunch of fog effects and life gain and things of that nature, in which they just try to stall out the game. It could not be, though, because I haven't yet seen any Turbo Fog list with black in them, but it's not impossible. 2/2 flying, answer battlefield, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them in your hand, one of them in the grave. I think it must be a Turbo Fog deck. Just having like lots of filter options, lots of dig options to get the fog stuff that you want. This is really ridiculous, though. We're not drawing into... We're overdrawing into freaking mana here, and not into any of our creatures. We need our creatures to be successful, I would say. I'm going to say that's a pretty important part of the equation. But hey, hell, at the same time, he's down to 9. And we can still... this is pretty good. So the cool thing about Indestructible now, because he's got black and might have removal, the Indestructible will save him from that. He's going to swing me for 2, as if that's a big deal. Okay. Sure thing, I suppose. And then he plays. Oh, that's pretty bad for me. He's going to get a 5/5 flyer in play, which means he can deal with this and kill it. That's pretty tough, actually. Alright, So, because of the presence of the 5/5 flyer, I'm actually not going to attack. Because what I want to do is, if I attack, I guess I could have attacked with the 3/3, but he would have just blocked, and then I would have made it indestructible. This way, at least if he attacks with the 5/5, I can block and save it. So I think that works pretty well. And he has to lose 2 life, which is actually very good. The clock's going to be ticking against him now with that card in play. So he's going to pass the turn on over. He's going to play +1/+1 as long as he controls Swamp. Or creature against the life flank until end of turn. Okay. So I can attack with everything now. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at all this freaking card draw he's got here. My concern, though, is attacking with everything is going to end up dropping 2 creatures of mine. We're going to lose 2 creatures. Actually, we could lose all of our creatures. And when this flips, this is what we get. Which, you know, can be great, but in this particular situation, it would end up resulting in me losing these creatures. Because if I attack with everything to flip him, he blocks the 2/1 with the 2/4, he blocks the 3/3 with the 5/5. And then that's like it. This guy's flipped, I've got no more creatures in play. So I'm actually not going to attack. I'm actually not going to attack, and I think I can win the game by him losing life off of his 2/2. If I just play defensive position, he's going to lose 2 life every upkeep here. So basically what we need is 3 more turns. We need to survive 3 more turns. And if we do, he's gonna die to his own thing. Unless he finds a way to get rid of it or something. And the thing is, we've actually got a strong blocking force here. Because we've got a creature we can make indestructible. We could block his 2/2 with our 3/3, and we've got 2/1 first strike, which, you know what I mean? Oh, that's really not good, though. Oh my god, we're really running against the what is up with these draws being so horrible? So we're really running up against the clock right now with that 8/5 in play. Frankly, I'm surprised he didn't play that pre-combat and just attack. But I think with our indestructible creature, we might be able to do it. I don't know, man. Okay, so Shadow of the Past. Oh no, he can use this to gain life. Oh no. He can use this to gain life. That's going to completely offset our plans here. Oh shit. Okay, he played a second one instead of using it to gain life this turn. I guess it doesn't matter if he does it this turn or next turn, but now all we need to do is find 1 source of damage. If we can find 1 source of damage, we win the game. Actually, no. Before this triggers next turn, he can gain life. So, or the turn after next is what I mean. Okay, so let's see what he's gonna do during combat phase. I expect him to attack with that freaking 8/5 there, and the 5/5 flying. So we can block and prevent this damage for this turn. Okay. Or I can double block to kill this, which will prevent, I guess, more damage in the long run. We're gonna double block this, and we're gonna block this. We take 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's make this indestructible. I think this will work out. Wait a second. Oh shit, he gained a lifelink from that 2/4 thing. Okay, so we're at 6 and he's at 8. I can put this on a creature. I can tap at that, which is gonna have 6 go through, and then he'll be down to 1. And then if he loses this life, he loses it at the beginning. Does that mean he can't respond to it? I don't know. 6, 7. That's not quite enough damage, though. Okay. Put it on this. Here we go. Here we go. I actually think, I don't know. I actually don't know what the hell's gonna happen right now. So we're gonna... I don't think I actually beat him, though. I think that he is able to to kill me next turn. I think he's able to save himself with the Shadows of the Past. So he's going to block the 2-1 with the O2. Okay, so 7 goes through, which puts him at 1. Now what this also means is this guy's flipping. Okay, so we get the 3 counters. I think we should untap him and make him indestructible. I still don't think that's enough. Wait, oh! So we win? Okay, I guess we win. I don't really, this hand isn't really, I mean, I guess it's actually okay. We've got the 2. We've got the pump up with the Heromancer. You know what, I guess it's okay. We'll keep it. I do like to have my 1-drops, if at all possible. This deck has a few of them in there. Both white and green. But the Topan Free Blade into the Heromancer isn't terribly shabby either. Ooh, foil cards. Anyway, I never really cared about that stuff generally. Cosmetic stuff in general is never really a huge deal for me, but whatever. I'm not gonna shit on someone's parade here. All right, so we got the 2/2 Vigilance with a Renown 1. This card's actually crazy. So if he's got Vigilance, so he doesn't tap any attacks, and then if he swings through for damage, which he's pretty much guaranteed to do because of our Heromancer that we're gonna put on this, then he becomes a 3/3, and he's actually gonna be a 4/4 with the Heromancer attached to him. So pretty good. The problem is though we're facing against red, which means burn, which means there's a good chance that he's actually gonna just die right now. And there it is, Fire Impulse for 2 damage, just like that. Oh, he's waiting. He's waiting to see if I do something with it. So I'm not gonna play. He showed me he's got that, so I can actually save it with the Wild Size right now. That's actually hilarious. That is mighty hilarious. So you could say, well, Force, why don't you play... You might say, Force, why don't you play the Grasp of the Heromancer? If I play the Grasp of the Heromancer, he responds with Fire Impulse, which kills this. So what we do is we actually move into combat phase. He attempts to Fire Impulse in response to... Okay, chooses a creature. In response, we Wild Size our creature. So this is going to give him +2/+2 until end turn, plus we draw a card. So it saves him. He's going to be a 4/2 right now. If he has 2 more damage, he could actually kill it if he has another Fire Impulse. But it looks like he doesn't. So the 4 goes through, brings him down to 16. Renown triggers, and then at end of turn, he turns into a 3/3 because he loses the temporary buff from the Wild Size. So he's still fairly vulnerable as a 3/3, but I think it's a creature that's worth saving. Plus we get the card draw, so it's a cantrip. It cycles itself out. Shadows of the Past. Whenever a creature dies, he scries 1, and then when he has 5 mana, he can do this tap 5 so that we lose 2 life. He gains 2 life. You can only do that if there's enough creatures though in the graveyard and whatnot. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And then I'm going to play... I'm actually going to play the Citadel Castellan right now. The reason being is that she has got a Renown trigger, which we can activate with her potentially next turn. And we're going to play this pre-combat so that when that Renown trigger triggers, we're going to be able to draw a card. Because whenever a creature you control becomes Renown, draw a card. So that's how it's going to work. Plus, when this thing's Renown, it's going to become a 4/5. It has Vigilance as well, so it's basically like a beefier version of the Topan Free Blade, is what that card is. Now, because he's running red-black, so we expect burn, which we've already seen some, but we also expect creature removal. All right, flying 4/4. At the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card. At the beginning of your end step, discard your hand. So he's going to dump his hand there. He's got a 4/4 in play now, though, which is really good for him. It really is fairly good for him. Fortunately for him, we've got some stuff too. I think what we do, actually we could play both of these right now. This is so good. Okay, so he's gonna be he's not gonna be happy right now. So we play the 1/3 first, then we're gonna play the Grasp of the Heromancer, and let's put that on. We'll put it on this creature because this creature is gonna be big and he's gonna want to remove it anyways. And this creature is now also big, so he's now scared of both of them. So we're gonna swing at both of these right now, both Vigilance. When this guy attacks, because of Grasp of the Heromancer, we can tap a creature. We're gonna tap his only blocking creature. So now he has to take the 6, which is gonna bring him down to 7. This guy's gonna be turned into a 4/5. We get to draw a card off of our Wardens. He is a very unhappy individual right now. He committed by playing this creature because he wanted to block my creatures. And now he's just up a creek, basically. In a lot of trouble. All right, so he's gonna play this. He has to sack a creature. We have to sack a creature. Question is, which creature do we want to sack? I think it's safe to say we probably just sack the 1/3. This would give us additional card draw next turn, but this, sacrificing any one of these means we don't win next turn, which we will win next turn if we keep both of these. So we sack that guy, which reduces potential card draw, but this line right here has us probably winning the game next turn, unless he's got a 1 black removal or something here, which I'm assuming he doesn't. Even if he plays another creature, does he know the game's over and he just wants to do this anyways? What is this? I'm not entirely sure what the point of that attack was. It was probably just that he knew the game, he knows the game is over. It doesn't matter. So we're gonna play the Grasp of the Hieromancer on this guy too. It frankly doesn't matter. His hand is empty because of the dragon forcing him to discard. We've got 9 damage in play, so we swing for the victory. I guess that just shows you, man, freaking this deck, pretty capable of some crazy aggression. This was a fairly quick win. I don't know, I think he shot himself in the foot though by playing the dragon. I really do. Oh well. Yeah, not really. I mean, it's just some 3 drops. We need something earlier than that. We're gonna draw a new hand. Okay, this hand has 2 drops and 3 drops. We got the Lieutenant, we get the Citadel. That's all good. We'll keep this hand. We'll keep this hand. And no 1 drop, unfortunately. We'll start off. We'll just go ahead and start off with the. I guess it's just start off with the Sun Petal. That way. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. The untapped planes wouldn't have made a difference. This gives us at least more options for next turn if we need that green source for whatever reason. Maybe I draw something that I needed the green source for, and it pays off. Although it wouldn't have actually made a difference. Okay, so now I've got a choice here between the Lieutenant, which is a 2/1 first strike with a Renown 1, or the Free Blade, which is a 2/2 Vigilance with a Renown 1. So this has the extra health, which is pretty good. And I'm concerned seeing red. I'm very concerned seeing red. But this trigger is also actually really good, and it's got the first strike too. The question is, what do I want to play the Hieromancer on? Because next turn I'm probably going to play Hieromancer on one or the other. So would I rather it be on this one or that one? I guess I almost rather it be on this one. Again, the concern with this though is this is all more likely to die with a single health pool. The red means we can consider burn as a possibility. But what would be a good best position for us right now is if he just plays a creature, because then we Hieromancer, attack, tap his creature. This guy goes through, triggers. Okay, that's perfect. So he plays his Lieutenant. It's just freaking perfect, dude. Absolutely perfect. So now we can force block that. We could also wild size this, but I don't. That's not like entirely necessary. No, let's just. I don't know. This gives us more power for future turns by putting another creature in play, but this is just an immediate go. I guess the immediate go is pretty good too. So let's play the Hieromancer. Okay. It does put us at a strange curve for next turn though. I don't know. Maybe this was a bad choice. Whatever though. We're gonna swing with the 3/2. We're gonna force tap his thing. So the 3/2 goes through, turns into a 4/3 now. So that now he's got 3 health, which is much harder for red to get. There's a lot of like. With the amount of mana that he has right now, I fully suspect. With the amount of mana he has right now, I fully suspect him to be able to dish out 2 damage, but 3 is harder. Okay, so he plays a red source. And what is this? As long as it's enchanted, it gets +2/+2 and has trample. Wow. And then he can pump it up. That's really good. So we're gonna have to make sure. Well, I don't even know. I'm guessing he's going to enchant that next turn and then just hit me for a boatload. So with this, as such, this is turning into a race now. Let's see if we can win that race. I'm going to play both of these. I'm not worried about needing to wild size right now. I'm going to use this in the future to save one of my creatures, hopefully. Just getting more power on the board for future turns will be pretty good. So we're going to tap his 2/2. Get out of here. Tap, tap, tap. Tap is 2/2. Swing, 4 goes through. Puts him down to 13. Now, next turn, we got a big swing and turn with both of our Free Blades and this guy. It's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. And put him down to 1 with a wild size as well. You know, given nothing else happens and he doesn't have anything to block, but it's going to be interesting to see if he chooses right now to save these for blockers, or if he chooses to swing and try to continue the race. A 2-2 double strike, that's a pretty big deal. Means it is first strike damage and then additional damage if he survives that. Okay, so he's going to choose not to attack, which just makes sense, because I figured as much that he would choose to block. So what's going to happen right now is when we attack with this, we get to tap one of his creatures. But it's also, because of the renown, all of my creatures, other attacking creatures, get +1/+1 till end of turn. So that's really good for us. So here's what we do. Go into combat. Go ahead and attack. We are going to choose to tap his 2-2 double strike. So everything attacks. Let's see what he chooses to block, and then we wild size to save whatever he chooses to block with his first strike, what he chooses to block with the other things. He doesn't choose to block the other things. So we're going to wild size. That's going to kill off his thing, give us a card draw. 3 damage goes through. His first strike creature pump up is now also dead. The 3 goes through. Both of these guys get pumped up, and then we're going to play the Sunblade Elf. And unless he can deal 18 damage now, looks like he's pretty screwed. Alright, so these guys get pumped up to the 3/3s because of their renown. We got the 2/2 that gets pumped up because we've got, if it's a 1/1 that gets pumped up with +1/+1 because we've got a plains in play. Plus we can use this to pump up all of our other creatures. Holy crap. Okay. I don't even think, I don't know, man. I mean, he's got double strike, so it could, some scary, all of a sudden, bursts crazy damage coming out of nowhere is something to consider, but we've got blockers. So even if that's a possibility, we could circumvent that by just blocking the double strike. He would have to give this guy, like, trample and a bunch of extra damage. Like, you could say, well, this guy's got trample just when he gets an enchant on him, but he's not as scary because he doesn't have double strike. So there's the Nimbus Wings. He's going to give a flying creature, so we can't even do anything about this right now. So there's a 5/6 flying creature. He's going to play Call of the Full Moon. Shaded creature gets +3/+2 and trample. And that's the double strike creature. So that is 10. That is 16 damage right there. Unless I'm miscalculating, that is 16 damage that he can push through. So 16 damage is not 18. So I actually don't think we need to block anything. But we should anyways. I should block this guy anyways. Whatever. We'll block two of the damage. So we're down to 4. So yeah, instead of being down to 2, we're down to 4. And we win right now, right? It's not even, there's nothing he can do. I would be mystified if anything happens right now because he's got no untapped lands. Both of his creatures are tapped. We'll choose to tap this guy again for whatever reason. He's at 3, so we win the game, right? There's nothing crazy going on here. This is a victory. There's nothing insane that I didn't read. Everything's good. He's dead, right? We kill him? He's dead? Good. Get out of here, bastardo. I don't know what is up with this afternoon, but we are not drawing any of our 1-drop creatures. There we go. Unfortunately, we can't even freaking play it, and our 2-drop, one of them we can't play because it's just a shit show here. We're going to keep this hand, though. I'll tell you why. We got Topan Freeblade into Nimbus Wings, which is an incredibly strong creature. It's a 3/3 Vigilance, and then it becomes a 4/5 flying Vigilance creature. And all we need is it to survive this one turn, and then that's happening. So we're going to play the Topan Freeblade now. Next turn, we don't even have to draw any more. We could literally just win with this one creature. If he's not black and doesn't have hard removal, we could literally win with this one creature. So first of all, let's see if he gets burned down right now. Fuck, he does. Okay, well, nothing I can do about that. Would have literally been like a game-winning creature, honestly. This thing with 1 Nimbus Wings, let alone 2 Nimbus Wings sitting on him for red-green would be nigh unkillable. Alright, so we're going to play a Elite Vanguard, kind of a shitty situation. Now we actually do need to draw mana, specifically at like another white source. Otherwise, it's going to kind of be each turn we're doing very small, low-impact things. Okay, so he's got nothing yet. Now, that doesn't mean he can't respond with burn here. But we're going to try this anyways. We're going to try to put this on him, turning him into a 3-3 fly. So 3-3 is pretty good, actually. That's a sizable creature. And next turn, we can make him even bigger. We can make him a 4-5. The difference, though, is that the Free Blade would have had Vigilance, which means he could have also been a blocker. Which just, it turns it from like, oh, this is cool, it's a 4-5 flyer, to insane, this is a 4-5 flyer with Vigilance. Alright, so he's going to play Elvish Visionary, draw a card. Looks like he's also a little mana screwed, though, so I don't feel so bad about my mana screw. Especially feel better because I have a stronger board, although he just did draw a land now. So this is a cause for concern. We need to draw our freaking mana. Please, mana, please, mana, please. No! Grasp of the Heromancer. Maybe I do that right now. So we can start tapping his creatures. Now this makes him bigger and saves him more for next turn. So we're going to commit this to him. It's not like he's blocking this with his 1-1 ground creature anyways, because this does flying. And we can use the Heromancer next turn, potentially, if we still continue to not draw lands. If we do draw land, I might have to make a decision here in terms of how I want to distribute everything. But the thing is, like oh, wild size, draw cards, so that gives us a chance to draw into more lands, except we need a third land for us to even play the wild size, so it doesn't even freaking matter right now. We statistically speaking, we should be drawing a land next turn. There's 24 in the deck. We've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, excuse me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've gone through 11 cards out of a 60-card deck. We've only drawn 2 lands. We should be getting another land. We should be getting another land. If we don't top deck it, it's going to be fucking unbelievable. I don't even know. All right, so he attacks for 1. Whatever. So he's got this. Little does he know, our Grasp of the Heromancer counters him having this thing. So he doesn't have a blocking creature, and we're going to be able to swing through for our stuff. That's fucking unbelievable. No lands. Luckily, though, it looks like there's a good chance we're just going to win with a single creature. There's a strong chance we're going to just win with his 1 creature. We'll see, though. So attack with this. We tap his 1 flyer, and 5 goes through. This brings him down to 8. Now, the problem becomes this: if he gets another flyer, then it's a problem. But if he has no more Thopters to drop, then we should be okay. It would be honorable. Honestly, I shouldn't win this game only off of 2 lands. I shouldn't. Like, look at all the shit I can't even do. I can't even play. I guess I can still play this, but I can't play any of these creatures because they require double white. I can't play this. I can't play that. It's just fucking this shit. It's not good. I'm not in a good place. It's literally gonna take him like 1 card, a single additional flyer, and he's got a good chance to stay in this and just turn it around and win. All right, so what he's going to do is he's going to attack with everything but his flyer. Or he's still going to attack with his flyer because he knows that we can tap it. So he's just trying to push through as much damage as possible. Try to catch up. Unfortunately, if we draw 1 more land, he's dead. Oh, no, he's not. He's at 1 life. Draw 1 more land. He does a wild size of his own, so he gets to draw a card, pumps that up. So we take 3, 4, 5 damage. We're in a tough spot, man. We're going to get a... Oh, my God. What the hell is going on? How am I not drawing any lands? How does this even happen? Swing for 5. Tap his wall. It doesn't matter. All right, well, this turn is all that matters. If he's got removal or he plays another flying creature, he might win this game. If he doesn't, we can win next turn. So let's see what happens. This is a pretty big turn. I'm going to be astonished if we went off of 2 lands, though, because it really shouldn't have happened. He's had so much time to basically draw an answer. So much time. So he swings with that, swings with that. It's fine. I let both go through. It's only 2 damage. He's going to play Wild Size. Okay, that's fine. Draws a card. He's just using that to dig for answers, do some damage. That'll be interesting if he's got a fog. Plays a 2/2. He can sacrifice it to deal 2 damage to a creature player. If he's got a fog, this could be pretty close. I still haven't drawn a fucking land. All right, we're gonna just attack with a 5. We're gonna tap his 1 air creature. Let's see if he has a fog, or if we actually win a game with 2 lands. Let's see. This is it. All right. It should have happened, but it happened. All right, guys. Well, that'll wrap up this week's episode of Friday Night Magic. Kind of a weird, yeah, that's a weird last game, but it is what it is. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next Friday, not Saturday. Even though today's Saturday. I'll see you next Friday. I promise. Overwatch is kind of taking over my life. I'm sorry. Have a good weekend. Take it easy, guys.